I am Rachel and today I'm going to show you how to create a bear GIF with PowerPoint. So here's our bear GIF. It's a smiling bear with lots of love to give. This bear has 5 components: the head, body, arm, heart, and face. Each of these components were drawn using Autodesk Sketchbook on a tablet. I then exported the files as PNG files, which you could see in the folder over here. To start off, let's open a brand new PowerPoint document. Click to add first slide. And the first thing we want to do is to convert the slide to a square so that it looks nice as a GIF. First, let's remove all the text boxes by selecting this and hitting delete. Alternatively, you could just go to layout and hit on blank slide. Then let's change this to a square by going to the design tab, going to slide size, and hit custom slide size. Then change it to a 25 by 25 cm square. Hit OK. You can choose any option here because we have no content on our slides, so I'm just going to hit ensure fit. So now that we have our square slide, let's bring in our components. So over here I have my folder with all the body parts. I'm going to start off with the body. So just click and drag it into your slide. And we could see that this image takes up too much space, so let's just right click and hit crop. And crop out all the white space that we don't need. I'm going to do the same for the rest of my body parts, like this arm over here. Click and drag it in. Another way to access the crop tool is to go to picture format and click on crop. Drag the handles in. Alternatively, you could also use shortcut keys. So if I were to bring in the head, you could hit alternate, JP, you see the JP here, V, and C. You could see it's underlined, and that would get you straight to the crop tool. So if you're familiar with the keyboard shortcuts, you could do things a lot quicker. Now that we've got all our components in and we've also cropped them, let's label them by using the selection pane. So the selection pane is located on the home tab. Hit arrange and selection pane, and you would see it over here. So instead of having our components labeled as picture numbers, let's click on the component and rename it. So we'll call this the body. This is the right arm. And this is the head. And the good thing about the selection pane is that it lets you bring components in front of each other very easily. Like if I wanted to bring the body on top of the head, I could just drag it up here. And you could see that the body is on top of the head. Now that we've labeled our components, let's line them up nicely. Put them in the center. The head. And the face. And the arms. So if we look at the original GIF, you could see that the arms are rotating and the heart is flying from the center to the side, to the top right. So basically there are 2 methods of creating a GIF. The first way is the stop motion way, and the second way is by using the PowerPoint animations. So for the stop motion way, it's pretty straightforward. You just create the first slide, duplicate it, and then move your components incrementally. And then when you run through your slides, you could see the movement, and then you export everything as a GIF. In this video, I'm going to use the second method, which is by using the PowerPoint Animations tab. So let's go back to just the first slide, delete the rest. And now I'm going to show you how you could program these components with the animations over here. So let's start off by animating the heart. We just want to move it from the center to the top right. So go to the Animations tab and click on add animation, and click on motion paths, lines. So once you click on it, you'll see that it falls downwards because that's the default setting. Just move this red dot to here, where you want the heart to end. And if you press play, after clicking the animation pane, just click play, you could see the heart moving. Now let's add an animation for the arms, but first let's go to our selection pane, go to Home, Arrange, and Selection pane. If you want to have easy access to this panel, you could right click and add to quick access toolbar. You could see I already have it here, so it's easier to navigate. Just click on here and you can see everything. Now let's just click on the left arm and then go to the animation pane, animations, animation, and make the arm rotate. So let's click on spin. So from here you could see that the arm was spinning about its centroid, which is not actually where the joint of the arm should be. So we're just going to use a little trick to go around that. So what you could do is just create a copy of the arm, hold Control, drag it out, and maybe spin this around. And then group these two objects. Click on this, and then click on this, and then hit Control G. And you could see that they are grouped. Let's rename things to keep it tidy. Let's call this left arm group. And this arm over here is going to be called a null arm. I'm just going to put the word null over here. So what I'll do is click on this group, and then I'm going to make this invisible by clicking this eye icon. And now when I spin this group, you could see that this part is spinning about the joint. Let's do the same thing for the right arm. Select the arm, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, maybe spin it around. Group it by holding Shift. So first select the first arm, hold Shift, select the second arm, then hit Ctrl G. Then rename our groups. Right arm group, and right arm null. Make the null arm invisible, and then spin the whole group, and see that it should spin about the joint over here. Now let's reorder our components. So bring the head to the top and the face on top of the head. Let's add the animation to the left arm group. So just select the whole left arm group here. Then go to the animation tab, click add animation, spin. So the animation didn't turn out how we expected it to, so let's just try that again. Click on the left arm group animation, click play from, and here we see it rotates about the centroid of a single arm. So let's go back to the selection pane and unhide this. It's actually behind, but it's being covered. And let's play the animation again. Press play from. And now we see that it's rotating correctly. So from this we can conclude that we can't just hide it over here, we should make it transparent. So to make your image transparent, let's just hit escape and go back to the home tab so we don't see those animation lines. Click on the left arm now, picture format, and go to transparency. Picture transparency options. Let's make it 100% transparent. And we'll also do the same thing for the right arm now. Go to the selection pane, click on right arm now, then go to picture format, transparency, picture transparency options, and change this to 100% so we don't see it. Let's go back to the animations tab and click on the animation pane. Let's play the left arm group, and now it looks much better. Let's edit the animation effects. Instead of a full spin, we just want a quarter spin. So let's right click on the animation, click on effect options, go to amount and change it to quarter spin. Let's try that out. Okay, it looks a lot better. Maybe let's start from this position and try again. Click here, press play from, and that looks much better. Let's do the same thing for the right arm group. So select the right arm group, click on add animation, spin, and this time you want it to go anti-clockwise. So let's get it to its starting position over here. Oops. And then right click effect options, make it counterclockwise, quarter spin, hit OK. You could adjust the position of the arms or even customize the angle of the spin. So over here I've used a 70-degree angle for both the right and the left arm. And when I press the play button, you could see my left arm and my right arm looks quite good. Once you're satisfied with the arms rotating, you could play all the animations together. So just select all by clicking the first animation, hold shift, click the last animation, right click and hit start with previous. So now they all start at the same time. Let's test it out. Press play all. And from this we could see that the heart was in the wrong position because it went behind the head. So let's go back to the selection pane and bring the heart right to the top. Now let's try running the animation again. You could click here or go to the animations tab and click animation pane. Press play all. And right now we are pretty much almost done with our GIF. Let's just do some final testing. So I'm going to select all my animations, hit effect options and make them repeat after playing. And then I'll open up the slide in presentation mode and I can see my bear. Now I find the animation a little slow, so I'm going to change all my animations from 2 seconds to maybe 0.75 seconds. Let's see how that looks. You can click F5 or click on this little PowerPoint icon here. Maybe 0.75 is too quick. Let's bring it to 1 second. That's much better. To export your bear, go up to the File tab, click on Export, create an animated GIF, select the extra large file size. It's up to you if you want to make the background transparent. And the number of seconds on each slide doesn't matter over here because the timings are based on our animation. And hit Create GIF. And you could save it as a .gif file. If it's your first time creating a GIF on PowerPoint, you might not have the option to create an animated GIF over here. But don't worry, just click Change File Type, click Save as another file type, and then hit on the drop down and look for Animated GIF Format.gif. Let's just call this bear2. Once you've exported your bear GIF, you could navigate to your folder and just double click to open, and you will see your bear over here. I will now send the GIF to my best friend using Telegram web. So navigate to your folder and just drag and drop the bear GIF. Select the option on top, drop files here to send them without compression. And I'm going to type a message. Hello best friend. I love you very much. Hit send and then wait for it to load. And there you have it, your bear GIF. If you liked my video, you could give me a like or subscribe to my Facebook, Instagram or YouTube. Thanks for watching!